From the 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to tell you a story about how stupid Amazon support is when it comes to getting disbursements. This is a story for the ages. Took me over a month to get a reimbursement for a shipment I shipped out in November. Very frustrating thing, but it got resolved. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. Maybe you guys can apply this to your Amazon business as far as trying to get disbursements. So before I get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, so back it was late November, early December. I had ordered 200 units of this wholesale item that I sell quite a few of, every month, and it was selling for a lot more than it is now during Christmas. It's dropped like $4 each since. But anyways, so I sent in 200 of this item, and it's an item that I had bought, um, I think, two other times prior to that. So Amazon, for whatever reason, they said, okay, I want you to ship 172 to I think it was Fontana warehouse, and I want you to send the rest to Florida, which is like 38. So I guess I've been 162 and 38 to Florida. And these are 1 ounce jars of flavoring. So I was like, okay, that's super light. No problem. I'll send them to Florida because they distribute it or redistribute it in Fontana. And over there, typically when they have you send a smaller quantity to another warehouse, it might be a warehouse that doesn't redistribute product. At least that's been my experience. So it's okay. I'll send the ones to Florida. They'll get checked in faster. They're not being redistributed. It's lightweight, no big deal. So they received when they finally received it, they received one of the 38, just one. So I'm like, okay, I have to wait the time to get the disbursement. So I wait that time and I send in the invoice. Invoice showed I bought 33 units of six, cases of six. They sent me two individual bottles as well. So I put on the invoice, this is 33 cases of six, which is 198 units, and then two. And Amazon's like, whoa, 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 they have different item numbers. I'm like, well, yeah, they have different item numbers because, a case pack is going to have a different stock number for the company than an individual. I'm like, it's the same exact title, same exact size. Everything's the same except for there's a case pack item number, and we go round and round. Me and Amazon, I'm like, there's 200. Then I tell them I sent 170 or 162 to this warehouse. All 162 were received. Sent 38 over here. 38 plus 162 is 200. 33 cases of six equals 198 plus the two additional equals 200. All the numbers check out. And they're like, whoa, we only will recognize the two. They completely ignored the case packs. They're like, no, you only bought two from these people. And I'm like, well, no, I did not. I'm like, look, I start highlighting on the thing, and they kept closing the case, and I kept reopening the case. They didn't permanently close it, thank goodness. And I kept highlighting like six pack case pack, and I keep telling them, there's 200. And then they're finally like, you're not sending, you need to send another invoice. So I tell them, what do you mean I need to send another invoice? The invoice is for 200. There's 38 in this shipment and 162 over there. And then it dawned on them that there was two separate shipments that actually left my house on the same day. The tracking information showed, because I showed them that too. Tracking information shows, they left the same day at my house. I received all 200 the same day. I shipped out 200 the same day. I don't really understand what the problem is. And then they tell me, oh, you had two shipments that went out on the same day. We need two separate invoices. So then I'm like, no, the invoices for both shipments, they shipped the same day. Then I show them the tracking from the company, and I'm like, I received all 200 units on the same day. I shipped them out the same day. All the math lines up. 200 units everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's proof. 200 units received the same day, shipped to you the same day. Um, I'm like, can you guys just replace the items or whatever? There's so much evidence that I'm being legit with you guys. And they said, no, we will not reimburse you. They got kind of blunt, said, no, we won't reimburse you without a second invoice. So at this point, I'm just like, whatever. So I went and dug up an invoice from November 1st, or it was somewhere around November 1st, very early in the month of November. I was like, to hell with it. I'll ship over this other invoice. I'll send it over to them. And then they approved it like that, which I'm like, why? Because that one only had a purchase of 50, and they're complaining about I have a shipment with all the 162 and a shipment of 38, and the numbers aren't lining up. And even though they were lining up, but I show them an invoice that showed 50, and they're like, oh, there's two invoices, and now all of a sudden everything's fine. And I think this was about 15, 16 times that I corresponded with them over a course of about a month. And another thing on this shipment too, with me trying to get this disbursement, was they gave me the dreaded inventory has been counted. Um, I forget what it is, but they don't have an option for reimbursement. So I actually emailed support through my phone. I don't have my phone handy. I'll show you how to do it. I've shown you guys before, but you go to the little three dots down there and it has contact Amazon. And you just send them an email like, oh, on shipment, blankety blankety blank, item number or ASIN, blankety blankety blank. It says that, you guys received two and I shipped out 38. I would like to submit evidence or, proof of ownership. Use proof of ownership. That's the term they seem to like to use. And it took them a while to get back to me doing it that way, but you can request disbursement even when they tell you, that you can't because they went and recounted and whatever the case may be. So you can still get your money back whenever they give you that information, even though we know it's BS. When it comes to these reimbursements, Amazon they don't accept any kind of receipts. It was like that for a while, and then it got better where they were accepting stuff, and now they won't accept anything all over again. I haven't had, besides this one that took me many, many, many tries. I've had everything just flat declined or denied, and I can't get anybody to give me a disbursement. Even when I give them all the receipts, they always have some excuse as to why a receipt's not valid. And if one receipt's not valid, everything is just they won't reimburse you for anything. You can have 50 different ASINs missing items, and you tell them to research all 50. And if you only have receipts for 49 of the 50 items, they're just not going to give you anything at all for any reason. It's very frustrating. Um, but I wanted to make this video, give you guys some hope. Sorry to be downer there at the end, but if you keep fighting, 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 hopefully eventually you will find somebody that will actually read. I was even putting that in the comments. Can you please read what I'm telling you? Don't just, give me, one of you guys' pre-selected denials. Can you please just read what I'm telling you and understand? And I really pleaded with them just to even read my comments because I don't think they really read it. I think they just go in. There's probably bots just go in there and just decline everything all the time. That's what it seems to be to me because you always get that same automated response. But that was an experience I had with this one disbursement. It did pay off. It wasted a lot of my time, and it was actually very frustrating and kind of demoralizing. But I should get about $8 back each. So $8 times what they lost about I think 36. So it's worth almost $300 roughly for this all this work. $300 that I'll get back whenever they process it. It takes like 3 to 5 days typically. But that's what I've got for you guys today. Make sure you guys keep pushing Amazon and just keep fighting until they completely block you because, you can eventually get your reimbursements. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.